What's going on, guys? FM here, taking a look at a triple shadow climb team in the Open Ultra League. As I played this team for a few days now, and in my first 8 sets with this team, I had 3 5-0s with it. Absolutely incredible. I was really hyped with how well this worked. I didn't come up with this team on my own though. I can't take credit for it. I saw a Twitch content creator by the name of Chidori Chu running this team. I actually came up with it on the spot. And it worked decently well for him, but I thought it had even more play, so I gave it a shot myself, and I was very pleased with it. So we're going to jump into some of these battles. Leave a like, leave a comment. I want to make sure that I'm getting as much explanation of how I play this as possible. So we'll get right into it. All right, so we did have a Surf Edge come in on our Snorlax there. Almost every team right now has a fighter on it. Almost every team. Whether it be Virizion, Virizion, Surfetched, even Shadow Machamp's kind of made a comeback right now. Scrafty even. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. So it's very important that every matchup, like if you're not just hard winning lead, that you swap out into that Snorlax, right? It's your safe swap. It's there just to lure out the fighters and hopefully to grab a shield. All right, so we got Shadow Alolan Sandslash here against the Walrein. Didn't really matter how they played it. Like I just used my shield. I knew I was going to be able to take them out with the drill runs. And in the back it's going to be Cresselia. So Shadow Alolan Sandslash. If you didn't see my last Shadow Alolan Sandslash video, it's just such a good core breaker. It's horrible if you see a fighter on it. That's why we have Snorlax. Horrible if you see a fire type, but really the only fire type out there is Charizard. I've seen a few Talonflames. Talonflame's kind of making its way back into the meta. Talonflame's horrible, but Charizard running Wing Attack, not so bad for Shadow Alolan Sandslash, and it's better for the Shadow versus the regular one. But technically Charizard does still win in every. There's that. Alright, let's jump into the next battle. Dragonite into Charizard. Speaking of the Zard, we're going to be staying in here, and I'm going to be trying to catch the first Dragon Claw. Right, because the Dragon Claw does hit for super effective and it does a lot to a Shadow Dragonite. If we do successfully catch it on our Snorlax, do we lure out a fighter? We're actually staying in here, so very interesting. I try to catch the Body Slam, which is what I'm going to be throwing regardless. So I do need to keep in mind that Charizard does have a ton of energy, but we did quite a bit of damage with the Gliscor. I was going to go for the superpower here just because it does do more damage, and one attack's going to more or less take us out. Does it quite take us out? It does take us out. So that's perfectly fine. We're going to be able to line this onto our Dragonite. They didn't build up to the Stone Edge here, so I don't have to respect it. It is only going to be the Sacred Sword, which is the right move to throw if you don't have Stone Edge, right? Sacred Sword's single resisted versus Leaf Blade is double resisted. Unfortunately, I thought that I threw on CMP right there. It looked like it, but I didn't. They get me down to like 2 HP. I know that Zard's going to come back in, and they're probably going to try to get that Dragon Claw off. That's what I'm expecting. So I come in immediately with Sandslash, but they actually come in with Cavalion. And this is probably game over, right? But y'all know I'm stubborn, and y'all know I like to look for win con. So I'm going to play it out. Sometimes you just have to wait for your opponent to misplay. That's what you're going to see here. I bait with the Ice Punch. We grab the shield. The double kicks are doing so much. They could just double kick me all the way down if they wanted to. If they wanted to, they could. But instead, they do throw. I make it to this next drill run. Okay? This should grab the second shield or do a ton of damage. And it does grab the second shield. And then they try to catch on the Zard. Her wing attacks are resisted. We get the Ice Punch off, and after the licks, it's gonna KO. Out comes the Cavalion. I don't really care. I just want the Shadow Claw damage. Got the superpower ready to go. I wasn't sure if this was going to be enough to take out. Wasn't sure if I was winning this still, but it does take out Cavalion. And that's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. Very hyped about that win, honestly. I don't think I deserved it, but again, sometimes you just got to be patient and let your opponent make those misplays. And by the way, you've been around the channel. You know, this is not where I normally am. I am setting up a new streaming space. It's a work in progress. It's going to look kind of bad for a few videos probably, and then hopefully it'll look a lot better. All right, so Yellowscent lead. I was not playing this. I don't think I was playing this properly at the time I was recording. All these battles are from the first day that I played this team. I think no matter what, you should go after 5 hexes because it's kind of 50-50 if they throw immediately. And yeah, you just try to catch the Shadow Ball. Most are going to bait with Surf because you're a Shadow Dragonite and you're made of paper. But I think still trying to catch the Shadow Ball is the play. I have caught him. So it has worked a few times. Alright, so we do lure out Cobalion regardless. We're going to just go for the Dragon Claw here. I was hoping it's enough. It is resisted, of course. Not the greatest move, but we're a Shadow Dragonite. It puts them in 1 Dragon Breath range. So that works for us. We're able to Dragon Breath them down. And do we see Jellicent come back in? No, we do not. They actually come in with Registeel, which is great for me. I don't have a hard punish for Registeel, but I do have soft answers, right? The superpower does a ton of damage. Zero runs do a ton of damage. Superpower from Snorlax also does a ton. So we're able to handle Registeel. We actually grabbed both shields with the superpowers, and then I just wanted to force them to throw energy. And that's exactly what happens. I mean, they had to, right? So they do go for the Focus Blast, which is the right play, right? Build up to 100, go for the Focus Blast. Going to be enough to take out. And now I come in with my Alolan Sandslash. Going to throw this Joran before they're able to potentially debuff us with a Zap Cannon. You just have to respect it, right? Like, even if it's a Zap Cannon, it's going to be doing as much, if not more, than a Shadow Ball from the Jellicent. So now we're just watching for the catch. I actually go 1 Shadow Claw early, which helps me. I was watching for it regardless. Shadow Ball, we're not worried about. Shadow Ball, we're not worried about. So I go ahead and throw energy here just because I know after I throw this Ice Punch, I'm at the Joran, and Joran will be enough to take out the Registeel. Yeah, I actually did too many there. I actually could have thrown it 1 earlier. But still learning Shadow Alolan Sandslash. So, geez, well played. That's a great battler, by the way. Very, very good battler. Dragonite into Gliscor. This is a good matchup for Dragonite as long as they don't boom. And honestly, it's a good matchup for everyone. I probably shouldn't stay in here. I probably shouldn't. But I like to bank a little bit of energy in case they do have a Cobalion, right? And they actually end up swapping out. And they bring in the Cobalion. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. So I'm going to bait the first time because there's no shot that they don't shield this. And yeah, perfect. There's the shield. Now it's kind of 50-50. Are they going to shield again? Are they going to give up both shields here? Or are they going to let the next one go? They can just go straight Sacred Sword, because that Gliscor did do quite a bit of damage. I'm going to go for the superpower here. And they do shield it. That's unfortunate. But I will be able to make it to the next superpower actually on CMP. Which is great. That's best case scenario right here. So I got as many Dragon Breaths in as I possibly could, and I connect with the superpower. At this point, I'll just let this go. They have back-to-backs here. Or just about. I thought I could maybe lick down. I don't get the lick down. So I will end up eating a Sacred Sword. It's not the worst case scenario though on a Snorlax, right? We get the lick down. We have a little bit of energy. Out comes Gliscor. They throw here. I'm wondering if this could be a Quake. And it's not. So since they threw that, I'm going to bank the superpower in case they have a Steel type in the back. I'm going to come in with my Sandslash. And this is foolish, right? They had more than enough energy, I think, at that point. It was an obvious catch, and Gliscor pairs really well with Walrein. It's a core that I ran myself, so I should have recognized the catch was coming. It doesn't matter though. Because we still have a shield. We can shield up the Earthquake here. They can't shield anything because they don't have shields. We're gonna go ahead and just do that. We're gonna shield up the the Icicle Spear Bait, of course. Which really just prevents us from over farming. I think they are an Ice Punch range. Ice Punch is a bad move, but we're Shadow. It should be enough, right? Double resisted, but it does take them out. They did really good managing their energy here though, because they do have the Earthquake. They are going to be able to take out my Sandslash, but I got the Body Slam ready to go. And honestly, I thought the Body Slam would be enough here. You're going to see it's not quite, but they're also not another Night Slash. So we're going to get the lick down. That's going to be GG's. Well played. All right, into the next one. Shadow Dragonite into Nidoqueen. This is a tricky one because I hate swapping out immediately against a Nidoqueen. And again, like, yeah, so same thing. I want to bank energy. So I try to catch the Poison Fang because I've seen so many fighters. I'm like, yeah, there's going to be a Scrafty. So I try to catch the Poison Fang, expecting to lure out a Scrafty. Instead, I lure out a Umbreon. And this is a decent matchup for Lax. It's not great though because of the Elixir resistance. Regardless, we do pull the shield right there. Build up to the back-to-back superpowers. They're building up to the back-to-back foul. So they're forcing me to throw first, which is a great play by them. But actually, Snorlax wins CMP. I'm 99% sure. Umbreon's way too tanky. So we get both superpowers off. They do throw energy here. I'd have to double shield even to make it to another body slam, and I don't even know if a body slam would KO. We're gonna go ahead and let that go. They do have a foul play ready to go. I'm gonna come back in with my Dragonite. They throw immediately. Makes sense. Because I already had the claw, right? I could have thrown the claw. I wasn't sure if the claw would KO. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Breath down. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, I guess I was tracking energy then. I'm not tracking energy as well right here. So I did have to throw the claw there. Ready to swap out. Ready to swap out. Expecting that Nidoqueen. I'm like, yes. Hot the Poison Fang. Great. And the Earth Power. What? Hello? So now I'm like, okay, great. Now I'm shielding a Poison Fang for sure, but it's another Earth Power. So my best guess is they're running double nukes, right? It has to be. I have basically no health on either of these two Pokemon. I got a little bit of energy on both though. We'll see if maybe I can find a win con here. Going to be a Wall Ring. We are double resisting the Powder Snows, which is really nice, but at this point we're not going to make it to a second Zero run. I do make it to the Ice Punch, and I was like, okay, maybe they're not counting. They shield this, and then I make it to the Superpower. But they no shield, and then you're going to see, like, the Powder Stone's just... We don't even make it to the Superpower. So, well played. Congrats to my opponent for running the double nuke Nidoqueen. I mean, that's cool, right? It's cool. If I'm going to lose, let me do that. Alright. Maybe we got a little bit of redemption here, though. Another Nidoqueen. This time I stay in. I think I played this one actually earlier than the previous one. I decided to shield that, keep the energy, and then come in with some ice. And this time I do lure out a Scrafty. So this is the one that I really should have caught the Poison Fang on, but is what it is. Yeah, this is like, I think the first set I was playing with this. So they're going to throw another pup here. If I throw the Body Slam prior to this pup, I think I can Body Slam bait and then get off a superpower. Instead, I'm only going to get off one move. So they do throw up a shield. That's fine, though. I do have energy on my Dragonite. So I'll be able to throw before they make it to the... That's what I do. I'm going to go straight for the superpower. Dragon Claw wouldn't be enough. We'd have to give up our second shield if they shielded, or if they just, you know, called it. And out comes Nidoqueen. We do outpace to this Ice Punch. This is big. They have to shield this if they want to get off their Earth Power. And I know I outpace, so I'm going to call the bait. There's the bait. Beautiful. Now I decided I wanted to overfarm here. Because of Sandslash with energy is pretty good. Durun's just really good against most things. They do bait again, and then they come in with Jellicent. Now, switch clocks are not up. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the Durun, and then I'm going to throw the resisted Ice Punch, because right now, a Surf is nearly going to KO me, because I'm double debuffed. I'm coming with my Dragonite. They have to throw all of their energy right here. Otherwise, I survive a Surf. I'm going to get that Claw off. And that's what they do. They throw the Surf, so I get the Claw off. So this Claws are going to maybe take out. It's going to be very close. And it does take out. So in comes Nidoqueen. We just get the farm down. And that's going to be GG's. Well played. Alright. Into the next one. Virizion on the lead. This is where we want to see it, right? We do have to watch out for the Stone Edge, of course. Registeel safe swap. You can punish a Registeel safe swap so hard with this team. I decided to go straight for the superpower. I don't overfarm because I did intend to dip. Now, this is another thing that I've played differently as I've learned the team. As I've learned the team, I normally superpower now, and I overfarm. I overfarm past their Zap Cannon, and then I try to catch their Zap Cannon. And most of the time, I've actually been successful. Because regardless, even if they farm up to 100 and then they end up focus blasting my Snorlax, I'm still going to outpace to that super. But they're still going to have to give up that second shield if they want alignment. So I think that's the best possible play. Anyways, my opponent does decide to go shields down. I know that both Sandslash and Dragonite do really well against most things, up shields and up energy. So I decided to go ahead and just reveal my third. I don't care. I get a nice farm down here. Out comes the Virizion. We have an Ice Punch ready to go. 2 Ice Punches from Shadow nearly KOs. With the Shadow Claws, it does KO. So I'm going to connect with one. I'm going to come in here. And this game's just over. I'm just going to go straight for the superpower here. This is going to do a ton of damage. And I have, like, multiple win cons here. I could shield this, but I wasn't sure if my Dragon Breath would do enough to take them out before they get to another Stone Edge. I just felt like this is the safer play. So I come in with my Sandslash. I can throw just before they're at their next Stone Edge. Honestly, Stone Edge would have been fine. It would have been a little bit sketchy. But Virizion comes back in. We're almost at the neck. And they top left. Jeez. Alright, Mandibuzz lead. You don't really want this on Snorlax. It's not even that good against, like, on Sandslash. It's not that good for Sandslash. So you do kind of need to stay in this matchup, at least for a while. So I'm going to be overfarming. Unfortunately, I throw on CMP here. I don't know. But I do go for the superpower because it does more damage, and it's going to put them into bodies. Relax. Now I have to give up my shield on foul play. That's unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and bake another superpower. And again, in case there's a Cobalion, Vector and Virizion that we lure out this time. Opponent ABA weak to Ice and ABA weak to Fairy. So, interesting team. Uh-oh. Let me find where we were. Hold on. I was tapping away on my screen here. There. Oh. We're in the last battle. All right. So, here's the Virizion. They're going to throw the Sacred Sword. I'm a little bit inconsistent with my plays here. As I learned teams, I played differently. And you should too, right? But I really should have superpowered there. I guess I thought I was going to make it to another boss slam, and I almost did. I was only one lick short. If I superpower there, then they had to throw energy. Anyways, I come back in with Dragonite. I know they have enough energy for the Stone Edge. Even Sacred Sword's really pretty threatening here. I give them a shield. I decide not to. And they Leaf Blade. They Leaf Blade bait me, which is wild. Out comes Shadow Charizard. Now, I know I said this isn't good earlier in the video, but it's actually not that bad either. Because look how much the Ice Punch does. When it's Shadow, it's not bad. When it's regular, it's kind of bad. When it's Shadow, it's not that bad. I called the bait and they fooled. So, anyways, they get the farm now. Surprise! That was not the last battle. Surprise! We got one more. Surfetch lead. Surfetch, kind of scary because of the Night Slashes from Surfetch, like with the counters, it does quite a bit. And it's like same thing with the Goon. You can tank one. Got shield after that. Definitely have to shield after that. They come out with Walrein. I'm going to go ahead and throw the superpower. I want to go ahead and grab the shield. Then I'm going to come in with the Sandslash. Because Sandslash... No, I'm going to come in with Snorlax. Okay. I'm going to come in with Snorlax. Snorlax is like a better answer. And I don't have to give up a shield here. But I guess Sandslash is also a good option because it really wants to avoid that Surf Edge. So I'm going to go ahead and eat a second Icicle Spear right here. Going to overfarm and then throw the superpower before they make it to the next Icicle Spear. This will be lethal from this range, but my opponent decides to throw up a shield. Do make it to the next superpower on CMP. I don't think it's enough to take out, and I was afraid if I shield this, they're going to get the Powder Snow down. So I decided to let it go. I'm going to come in with my Sandslash. I know Sandslash with energy can handle that, right? And they actually catch on Venusaur. It's a nice catch. But it's also very questionable because we're resisting all of Venusaur's moves. Now, here's the important thing though. Counters from Surf Edge are double super effective. So if I get too low here, they're just going to take me out. They're going to snipe with one counter. I'm going to be dead. So I do farm up energy and then I'm going to be throwing the Ice Punch. And there's I didn't expect them to come with Surf Edge, but they do. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this Durarun. And Durarun's such a good move, it takes out. So out comes the Walrein. We got two shields, they can't do anything. Make it to another Durarun, and there it is. There's the Shadow of Alolan Sandslash sweep. I know y'all all want. That's going to be the final battle for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know how this season's going for you. Hopefully it's going well. I'm enjoying the new updates. I am. There's some lag and stuff that I'm not enjoying, but you know, it's Niantic. Hopefully they get it together. seen some positive things at the start of the season. Hopefully we see that continue on as the season. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my channel members for your support. Until next time, this is Chua, reminding you to always keep pushing forward.